So then it says in verse 13, it says, "Then I heard two holy ones talking to each other. One of them asked, 'How long will the events of the vision last? How long will the rebellion that causes desecration stop the daily sacrifices? How long will the temple and heaven's armies be trampled on?' The others replied, 'It will take 2,300 evenings and mornings. Then the temple will be made right again.'" So, that was a whole lot, people. That was a whole lot. And I want you to stay with me because we're going to put everything in perspective with the kingdom and the pre-raptured people. The two main concepts of what we're talking about. And Gabriel explains this vision to Daniel. It says in verse 15, it says, "As I, Daniel, was trying to understand the meaning of this vision, someone who looked like a man stood in front of me. And I heard a human voice calling out from the Ulai River, 'Gabriel, tell this man the meaning of his vision.' As Gabriel approached the place where I was standing, I became so terrified that I fell with my face to the ground. 'Son of man,' he said, 'you must understand that the events you have seen in your vision relate to the time of the end.'" I want to stop right here because I want you to understand that because earth was meant to be a colony of heaven, God is exhibiting his wrath upon the earth in which a worldly people reside in. See, there's nothing by chance about the oil spill. There's nothing by chance of the various earthquakes that we have experienced within the recent months. There's nothing by chance of all of these things. God is evoking and he is showing that he is the true king of this universe, of this earth. It says in the scriptures that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. All right? And everything that dwell within it. The earth is the Lord's, okay? Going on to verse 18, it says, "While he was speaking, I fainted and lay there with my face to the ground. But Gabriel roused me with a touch and helped me to my feet. Then he said, 'I am here to tell you what will happen later in the time of wrath. What you have seen pertains to the very end time. The two-horned ram represents the kings of Media and Persia. The shaggy male goat represents the king of Greece. And the large horn between his eyes represents the first king of the Greek Empire. The four prominent horns that replace the one large horn shows that the Greek Empire will break into four kingdoms, but none as great as the first. At the end of their rule, when their sin is at its height, a fierce king, a master of intrigue, will rise to power. He will become very strong, but not by his own power. He will cause a shocking amount of destruction and succeed in everything he does. He will destroy powerful leaders and devastate the holy people." I want you to understand something about the Antichrist people. To be a pre-raptured people, it is important for you to understand, digest, and to be able to spit out who God is. One thing about the Antichrist, because he will gain this power because there will be a there will be no type of knowledge or wisdom of God. He will then be able to influence the people in which he is reigning at that time. I want to also explain to you this. See, one thing about the Antichrist, a lot of movies out here display that he is somebody who is born, that he is always the Antichrist. And there's movies out about these things. You know, Damien and all this other stuff. It says clearly in the scriptures, it says that there will be a dragon and there will be a man, a false prophet, and there will also be Satan. See, this is the way it goes, people. See, the man, the false prophet, is the outer fleshly being of this dragon, evoking his power. So, the indwell, I want you to all look at something. It is nothing but an indwelling of Satan's personality, his culture, within somebody else, which in all his ways is bad. This is the reason why this man will be so convinced that it is of his power that he will neglect everything around him. See, that's what Satan does. Satan wants you to believe that you can create a kingdom right here on earth, that you can do it. When Satan, when I'm telling you, when he did it in the garden, he did it very deceptively, and we believed him. This is how the Antichrist will work. He will believe that it is of his power that he is evoking all of this change, that he is making it better. And this is how Satan can indwell himself within the Antichrist, the false prophet. And he will lead people away from the glory of God. He will basically lead everybody away from what God wanted. Once Satan has you believing that it is of your power, that you woke up in the morning, that you are able to bless people, that you are basically God, then everything is over. Everything is over. It says, I want to go to Daniel chapter 9, verse 20. This is after Daniel prayed. It says, I went on praying and confessing my sin and the sin of my people, pleading with the Lord my God for Jerusalem and his holy mountain. As I was praying, Gabriel, whom I had seen in the earlier vision, came swiftly to me at that time of the evening sacrifice. He explained to me, Daniel, I have come here to give you insight and understanding. The moment you began praying, a command was given. And now I am here to tell you what it was for you are very precious to God. Listen carefully so that you can understand the meaning of your vision. I want you to understand about the meaning of between vision and seeing. Seeing is nothing. Seeing is nothing. You see me right now for the flesh that I am in right now. You see my outer appearance. This is all you see. But the vision, I'm telling you people, for all of the people who might have told you that you were not going to be anything, for all the people who might have told you that you were not ready to do God's work, if God gave you a vision, that means that vision will come to pass. It says in the end time that the young man will see visions and that the old man will dream dreams. This is true. The difference between a dream and a vision is this. A dream is something that you may not be able to see, something that will come into fruition because God gave it to you. But a vision is something that you will do. For all of you people out there who have received a vision from God, have received something from God that was just tremendous, I want you to believe that that's going to come into pass. Okay? I want you to believe that God will give you everything that he showed you. Not that it was a figment of your imagination, but that it was the power and the will and the vision that God gave you. The power of God evoking himself and his culture within you so that your vision, his vision for your life will come to pass, that you will be an asset and be a healthy contributor to the kingdom. It says in verse 24, it says, a period of 7 sets of 7 has been decreed for your people in your holy city, to finish their rebellion, to put an end to their sin, to atone for their guilt, and to bring an everlasting righteousness, to confirm the prophetic vision, to anoint the most holy place. Now listen and understand, 7 sets of 7 plus 62 sets of 7 will pass from the time of the command it is given to rebuild Jerusalem until a ruler, the anointing one, comes. Jerusalem will be rebuilt with the streets and the strong defenses despite the perilous times after this period of 62 sets of 7. The anointed one will be killed, appearing to have accomplished nothing. And a ruler will arise whose armies will destroy the city and temple. And the end will come with a flood, and war and its miseries are decreed from that time to the very end. The ruler will make a treaty with the people for a period of 1 set of 7. Don't tie all this in together, people. But after half of this time, he will put an end to the sacrifices and offerings. As a climax to all his terrible deeds, he will set up a sacrilege object that causes desecration until the fate decreed for this defiler is finally poured out on him. Stay tuned for the 6th episode.